Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my top beauty secrets, tips, and tricks. Things that I have been doing, things that I have learned and taught myself. That is what today's video is all about. So before we jump into it, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Now let me show you all of these amazing tips. The first two tips that I talk about are my absolute favorite tips. But first, my lips are feeling so dry. Nope, that's a matte too. My lips need moisture. Good grief. I love this lip shade, but my goodness, it is so drying. Anyway, my first tip is to use exfoliating cotton rounds with your face toner. Using a face toner, especially a witch hazel face toner, it's very good for your skin. It's brightening, it helps with your pores, it helps with your overall appearance, gets all of the makeup and the gunk out of your skin. So if you're not already doing this, I really recommend that you go pick some of this up and the exfoliating cotton rounds. I like the exfoliating ones because if you can see the little dots on them, it's a rough surface, so it really does exfoliate your face. I do this at night after I wash off all of my makeup, and then I do it before I put my makeup on. Helps make sure that my skin is as clean and less texturized. I'm trying to think of a better way to say it, but it just gives a really good base for your foundation and your primer to go on. The next tip is to use a stippling brush or a beauty blender, but I prefer a stippling brush for your moisturizer or for any other skincare besides washing your face, anything that you're going to put onto your face. So get a small one for your eye cream, use a big one for all of your moisturizer. This is going to make sure that you are not rubbing your face. If you are rubbing your face too hard, that is how you get wrinkles, that is how you age faster. That is not good. You want to make sure that you are never pulling on your face or pulling on your eyes. I mean, this is a $6 e.l.f. stipple brush. Go get you one at Target or Amazon. Amazon is where I bought mine. And just stipple on your moisturizer. That way, once you're in the habit of it, you don't even think twice, honestly. It stays in my drawer right beside my toothbrush and my toothpaste because this is my morning and night thing that I do. So when I take out my moisturizer, this is automatically right beside it. I dip it in, I put it on, and then I'm not rubbing or tugging at my face. I already did a complete video on this, so I'm not going to touch on it too much here. I will leave the video linked below for you if you want to watch it, but I use these face razors right here for dermaplaning. This will get all of the peach fuzz off of your face, and it gives you a very nice base for your skincare, most importantly for your makeup. If you have a lot of peach fuzz, like I get a lot of peach fuzz above my lip, and my makeup likes to sit on that, and then it'll make me look like I have more of a mustache than I really do. So if you like that airbrushed, flawless look, then make sure that you are, number one, exfoliating every single week, at least twice a week, and dermaplaning at least once a month, maybe twice a month. I think I do mine twice a month. And I go into a full video on all of the questions that you may have, all of the details, and I will leave that link below for you. But that is my third tip, is to make sure you are getting rid of that peach fuzz and getting rid of that dead skin. How your makeup looks with no makeup on and the texture of it plays a huge role in how the makeup is going to look on your face. Tip number 4, make sure that you are using masks that go with your skin type. So if you are breaking out really bad and you've got acne all over the place, then you want to use a mask that is for acne, a mask that is a little bit drying because it's going to pull it out. If you have very dry skin, don't use a drying mask. That's just going to make you have dry patches of skin on your face, and then you go put your makeup on and you can see that dry skin through your makeup, and then it looks patchy. It's not going to look the way you want it. So make sure you use a very hydrating mask. So whatever your skin type is, only buy masks for that type. But I don't really necessarily mean that, because I have masks for like the Glam Glow one. I will spot treat that. If I put the Glam Glow all over my face, it takes all of the moisture and hydration out of my skin, and that's not good. That's bad for aging. So I use the Glam Glow as spot treatments on my acne marks because I have 2 big zits over here. I'll use Glam Glow for that, and then I'll use a hydrating mask on the rest of my face because I have dry skin. So I want my face to be very hydrated and supple and dewy. So you could always do something like a little mask that's going to help with oil in your T-zone, and then hydrate the rest, and then spot treatment with Glam Glow. And there you go. You have 3 different masks on your face, but taking care of all of your different problems. Another tip is to use setting spray when you are picking up loose powders for eyeshadow or highlight. This is a very popular tip, but it has changed the way my highlight goes on. I usually never apply highlighter without spraying the brush first. I really love the Morphe setting spray. And then my second favorite is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Those two are my absolute favorites. There are some really great drugstore ones, the e.l.f. one and the NYX one. They are both really good. I have tried both of them. But it will help the pigment show up better, and it will help it last longer, and it will help it stick to your face. It won't fall out all over the place. Another trick that I've been doing recently, I have been noticing that around here in this area, and then around here, and then like right here in my eyebrows, it was getting very cakey. It was getting way too thick in certain areas, and so I would really have to work with my Beauty Blender for a very long time to try to buff out those areas. So what I started to do was put my foundation on the Beauty Blender and then kind of dab on the outer edges like this and then work it in, because this is where you want less of your foundation because you're going to put concealer here. So why do you need a whole bunch of foundation starting right here when you're also going to put concealer right here? That's like double, and then that's why it looks cakey. So start with your foundation on the outer edges, work it in, and then use your concealer right here, because you always use concealer here, here, down your nose. So you're already adding on double, so you might as well just start from the outer edge and work it in. Always start off with less foundation than you think you need, because if you start off with 2 or 3 pumps of foundation on your Beauty Blender, like, that's enough foundation to cover a city. So you want to make sure that you're slowly adding more. Don't start off with a whole bunch, because you're not going to get the look that you are trying to achieve. Another tip that I share with all of my friends, and they're always like, what? I never thought of it. When I'm doing makeup on clients as well, I always start with eyeshadow first. And so when I'm doing clients' eye makeup, they're like, oh wow, you're doing my eyebrows first? I do my eyebrows last. Oh wow, you're doing my eyeshadow? Are you gonna do my face? And I'm like, yes honey, I'm gonna do your face makeup. I always start with eyeshadow first because I like to be messy with my eyeshadow. I like to really pack on that color, really smoke it out, blend it out, and then I go back in with a makeup wipe and then my concealer, and that's how I clean it up, and that's how I make it look perfect. So always do your eyeshadow first. The only eyeshadows that I will play with after I do my face makeup that I trust to not give me a lot of fallout and not make me look messy is the Jaclyn Hill or Morphe eyeshadows. Those are the ones that I trust with my life. So I can do all my face makeup and then do my eye makeup with the Jaclyn Hill because it's just incredible stuff. Any other eyeshadow though gives me a bunch of fallout, especially when you're working with browns and blacks or darker colors. There's going to be a little bit of fallout underneath here on your lower lashes. If you have already done all your face makeup, you don't want to wipe that away, because then you're wiping away your face makeup, and then you got to fix that, and then you're just stuck with a mess. And then if there's fallout like that, it's going to make you look like you have bags under your eyes when you're trying to conceal them. It's just going to bring it out more, and it's just going to make it look messy. It's not going to make it look blended. So get in the habit of doing your eyeshadow first. I also really love, I mean, let's be real, all of us have run into this issue before, is your neck and your face not matching if your foundation is too light or if it's too dark. If it's too dark, use a big fluffy brush like this, and then this is literally like $3 from the drugstore, and mine is shattered and broken into pieces. It is the Wet n Wild bronzer. I'll dab some of that, and then I'll buff right here on my jawline and drag it all down my neck. Before you know it, whatever you can see here, it completely matches my face. So that's just an easy, quick tip if you don't have time for a fake tan. This is my next trick for people who have a hard time making your contour or your bronzer really blend out good. We are all told to use, I can't find it, okay. I use these two, this one. I just recently washed my brushes, so I'm missing a lot of my brushes. But okay, so here are some of my contour brushes, okay? They're all different sizes and stuff. By the way, it's getting dark outside, so my lighting for this video is really off, and I apologize. I'm so sorry. I know it looks really wacky, but I wanted to get a video out to you sooner than later, so I'm filming in the dark. But if you have a hard time getting your contour to buff out, if it looks too sharp, and it just looks unnatural and wonky, then go in. This is my favorite brush. I cannot live without this brush. It's an Eco Tools. It's very affordable. I think you can find it at Target. After I pack on my contour, I go on with this with no product on it, and I just buff that out. So use a small brush to make that line that you want. Go in with a big stipple brush and blend it out. and just move in circles and just keep blending and blending until you get the airbrush look that you want. And while we're talking about contour, I wasn't even planning on sharing this one, but I'll just go ahead and do it. It's kind of a technique, not really a secret. Today, like what I did with my makeup, I did my makeup on my Get Ready With Me video, so if you want to see this entire look, I'll leave it linked below for you. But this is the shade Mink in the Anastasia contour stick. So after you put on your foundation, your concealer and everything, with no powder on your face, don't powder your face. Use this first. Draw your line. Use a foundation brush. I like using this because it makes it go faster. With this particular contour stick, I like using a brush. The Beauty Blender takes entirely way too long. But I'll make a line here, and then I'll make several little lines here. Sometimes I do my nose, but I didn't contour my nose today. And then I buff it out in circles. Always pull the contour into your hairline. Don't pull it down, because then you're going to have a circle of dark right here. Pull your contour with circles into your hairline. Pull your bronzer and any kind of powder into your hairline. Same thing with your foundation. Pull it into your hairline. Always make sure that it's really blended on the edges. There's nothing worse than seeing a line right here of like no product and then product starts. That is not a good look, so make sure that you avoid that. My last trick is to use whatever primer you want, but when you use your primer, make sure that you are pushing it into your skin. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess up my makeup, but when you have your primer on your fingers, you can use a stippling brush if you want to, but like, because I said don't pull and tug at your face, so I'm not telling you to pull your face really hard. I'm just saying to like use these 3 fingers and push the primer into your face like this. If you have deep pores right here, or if you have a lot of texture on your skin, the more primer you use, the better your makeup is going to go on top of that. You want to have a nice, smooth, hydrated base. So pushing your primer into your pores and then into here, that is going to really help with the way that your foundation goes on. I am very generous with my primer, so I try to only buy affordable primers because before you know it, I'm having to buy another one. And I do not like spending $20+ on a primer. I think that is ridiculous. There are plenty of amazing primers for great prices. This is my absolute favorite primer in the entire world. I have been telling everybody that I know about this primer. Please, please, please try this out. If you're not allergic to any of the ingredients, try this primer out. It is a high adherence silicone primer. The way this feels on your skin is absolutely incredible, and it is the most affordable primer. I'm just obsessed, so you need to try this out. And that is all I have for this video on makeup tips, tricks, and secrets, things that have changed my makeup game. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this, and if you found it helpful, then please do me a favor, give it a big thumbs up for me. It's a really nice thing to do. It helps get my videos ranked up there for other people to find me and subscribe to me. Make sure you're subscribed and you turn on that bell for notifications. Share this video with your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.